Hey Pussnet, little video. This one will be a little bit, a while back I saw Gavko do a video called About Myself, and I kind of enjoy it. And I find sometimes on YouTube there's not much people kind of open up and talking about their stuff and everything. And I wouldn't say fake, but there's, this sometimes almost like feel of not superiority, but this fear, this of untouchable, that indestructible, that we can do everything and everything. So I kind of like that a little to me. So I thought, like, as I'm increasing my big numbers of subscriber, I do a little personal touch as too on the kind of videos like this. And one of the reason I started to do YouTube is actually because of a lot of videos I was watching. And it's been, I don't know, maybe 2 years now that I'm kind of into the more like full-time survival kind of stuff. So, like, learning more about fires and things like that, and started to watch a lot of videos, watch a lot of channels and things. And obviously I got attracted to the medical part of all that, and those doomsday scenarios and everything. And some of those videos was actually scary, to say nothing less, because the information that was in there was like, wow, okay, not quite true. So anyway, so I decided to start my own video and kind of give my own part of that. And I have to understand that, well, I have to understand. I want to explain that I'm, through my life, basically, always been the, never the popular kid or anything like this. And because I always stood by what I taught and everything. And in November, I lost someone that meant a lot to me. My grandfather finally, when I say finally, he just passed away, just because it was like he was getting weaker and weaker. So it was a good thing for him, bad thing for us. And it brings you back some memories of stuff and everything. And he was a big influence in my life. And his generosity and his stubbornness always kept it. Even like towards the end, he was still making, the nurse coming in, because he was home ridden, and he was still making nurse laugh and things like that. And he was not going away with unless it was under his own term. And it stuck by me. My mom is pretty much the same thing too. So, and it really shaped how I view things and stuff. And I'm not one of those person that goes left just because everybody is going right. If right is the right, if I think it's the right path, I'll go right with people. But if I think left is the right path, I will go left, even if I go by myself, even if it's not the easiest one, and even if I have to, fight my way through and everything, I will go left, and I will stand proud. And I think I take that from my grandfather. There was more than that, was a friend and a father and a preceptor and a great man. And I'm not quite sure where I started, probably being around him or something, but I remember when I was a kid, there was this gentleman in one of our subway station that was always selling those pencil Bics, and I still remember they were yellow and blue. And the reason I'm telling this story is because every time we were passing by there, and I mean, we had like pence more than enough. And there was 25 cent quarters that you had to buy it. And I'm not quite sure the disease he had, because he was like always shaky and kind of moving like this and startling and everything. And I still remember, you would tell me in French, merci, and kind of shaking and giving me that. And I was always looking forward to that moment of going to buy this, because it was kind of, you had this smile and everything. My grandfather always had like not a lot of money, and but even when he was poor, when he was a kid, he always said, if I have 2 orange, I'm going to give the orange to the other family, because they need it too, and I have 2 and they don't have none, so I'll give 1 to the others. And he always lived his life that way. And it kind of came to me like that's why I'm in the profession that I am of giving and everything. And why is all tied up to YouTube is it's a little bit the same thing, is that I like to help people. I like to bring knowledge to people, but not into a harmless way, not in a way of like, I want to empower people. I don't want to like, I have the knowledge, you don't, and listen to me and stuff. What I want to bring is a certain empower you with knowledge so that you can make your own decision. Now, I'm not saying that my ideas are the best, that my first aid kit is the best and everything, and maybe something is wrong in what I'm doing and everything, but at least it brings a discussion. And a lot of YouTube video I see is not like that. It's like, this is the only way, and be afraid. Even sometimes I think I should like put like music or whatever of scaring. And it's like I was watching some on smallpox and everything, and I did a little bit more research on smallpox bioterrorism, and it is a concern. But like I was reading a scenario of how things could happen. Actually, I'll probably maybe do one on this, because it was very interesting. And in the scenario, I think at the end of like maybe the month that it would take for after the attack to kind of centralize it and everything, there was maybe 7,000 people dead. It's a big number. It is, but compared to the thousands and hundreds of thousands of people that dies every year of diabetes or cancer or cardiac strokes and MIs, this is nothing. And yet, I don't see anyone passing in front of a McDonald's and suddenly be like, "Oh, McDonald's!" But yet, this creates probably more problems, and more fast food, and more like people not eating well, and everything creates probably more issue than any of the terrorism out there that could maybe be capable of having something like this and blow it off. But the power that they have is the fear. It's the fear that they can induce with you. The fear of the bomb. It's not the bomb itself. It's after the bomb. It's the before the bomb. It's that bomb could go off. But it's that fear. When I went to Bali, I went where there was a terrorist attack in a bar, and all they did is basically they created this. It was pretty cruel. Well, not cruel, but pretty. They planned it very well. So what they did was they put a bomb, create some people to leave a bar, and as they were running towards the street, and people like getting out and everything, they blew another bomb, and so they created even more damage over there. But the main thing that was there is still like there was a plate of all the names of the people that died in that thing and everything. But it's the fear. It's the fear of this can happen again. This is the fear of thing. But if we live under fear, that is that they won. That's how they win. Doesn't mean that we have to go out there and like be, oh yeah, it won't ever happen. But prevention is probably the best tools, and to be prepared is to have knowledge, but true knowledge, not knowledge of like sometime like overdoing it, but true knowledge of what truly could happen, true knowledge of how could I spot somebody that doesn't look very good, or how to read people, how to read stuff. This is pretty much more what we should learn, not much about what to do if a nuclear bomb and everything and stuff. And because it's like, if those blows off, is yeah, okay, we'll survive. But actually, I saw in the movie The Road, and that was an perfect example of this. You're not quite sure what happened. It looks like it's a nuclear because there's no animals and stuff like this. And those two guys just try, this father and his son, just try to survive. But at one point, human beings are eating other human beings to survive. Is it truly that kind of humanity that we would like to survive? Is it truly a going back to the animal kingdom of like killing one in each other just so that we can eat and so that I can be stronger and everything? Not quite sure. And so that movie was quite interesting to bring that philosophy. And before I went to a nursing program, I did social science diploma, so that's why I'm a little bit philosopher and psychology. This is kind of my second interest and stuff, and but that movie was really interesting because it brings a moral of to what we learn, a moral of should we learn all that stuff that we're learning, or how much should we learn, or how should we learn and stuff. And I think sometimes there's way too much fear about it. And if I have a low number of subscribers, but people that are truly and ask good questions and things like that, I would rather have this than being the main current where I have to change my mindset or submit the ideas that so everybody likes and make me more popular. And so, because being more popular doesn't mean that you're right. Just mean there's more people that agrees with you. Galileo was more of the best example. He was saying that the Earth was turning around the sun, not the sun was turning around the Earth. And you had to say, be sacrificed almost. He's like, either you die or you change your mind. I was like, okay, I'll change my mind, but actually I'm still right. And he was right. But he was one against so many. But I think this is what in the channel I hope I'm trying to do, and I hope that in your channels you're trying to do as well, because this is how we can. This is the beauty of that YouTube in this whole community and everything, is to bring strength to each other, not bring fears. It's not to bring those things that sometimes it's like, you're like, oh my God, this exists. No, it's like, this exists, and this is what you can do, and this is what you can do and stuff like this. And it's not about hitting how many hit that you had or how many subscribers you have, and everything is what quality. It's more quality and more than quantity. Or else, it's like a dollar store. I can go buy a t-shirt at the dollar store or buy it at another store. Well, probably the one at the dollar store, after a few wash, will probably destroy it, but it's the quality that I got over there. So, because they have to make so many that they make it a little bit cheaper. Well, sometimes some ideas are the same kind of concept. Not because they please more people that they're more true. Just they please more people. That's all they do. So I just wanted to kind of touch a little bit my personal, and sometimes why I do those rants and things like this. And it's not to so much scare, but actually to kind of almost diffuse the scare, or actually bring some more to the debate. Because sometimes they don't want debate actually, because they know that their argument wouldn't stood still. And so that's why when I do my how-to videos or whatever, I hold on, because I could make it very spectacular, or I could show you how to intubate, but what would be the point? It's not a tools that you can use. It's not a knowledge that I think, because it's not just the technique, like I keep saying in my videos, but it's the logic behind it. It's like suturing. Sure, everybody can suture. If you can sew, you can suture. But do you recognize the wounds that need to suture? Do you recognize the ones that, the complication, the non-complication, the whole stuff? This is all the stuff that they don't tell you in those videos. And that's why when I will do my wound care stuff, and I'll talk a little bit more about that stuff. But a lot of times, the video is just like, oh yeah, you can do this, and it's just almost the spectacular effect of it. Anyway, I wanted to do a quick little video and talk to you soon. Bye.